So again, on this note, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to pass you on to Mohamed, who's going to give you a little bit more flavor to the conversation I've had, and also so that you can meet the CEO who has been so supportive and helped us do amazing work with delivering and developing this program. So thank you all for listening. Mohamed, I'm going to pass on to you. Thank you.
Thank you for that baton, Michelle, and thank you for that very impressive introductory launch of the Customer Experience Excellence School at UBA. Greetings to the community of attendees across the continent. First, I must share with you the enormous privilege and honor to have been able to journey with the United Bank for Africa. The journey began a couple of years ago, and it has been particularly intense the last year of the development of the program, which was guided collaboratively. Not only were participants from my organization involved, but UBA was very much involved in this process, which is why we were able to create a program that would fit your hand like a glove does. In other words, it has threads of UBA vision statements. It has a thread of UBA's aspirations. And, to reinforce Michelle's observation about participation in the program, a few years ago, I published an article in which I made the assertion that customer experience is either everybody's business or nobody's business. And the economic calculus of that is so obvious. There is enough evidence across the entire globe that if you indeed were to focus on your customer and make the customer the center of gravity in your organization, the financial performance becomes very obvious. I don't intend to give you any data except to share with you that the data is out there, and all you need to do is do an internet search and you will get affirmation about how incredibly powerful it is to be able to touch people's hearts, to be able to touch people's minds. And if you do that, which is part of the relationship building aspiration that comes from going through this program, you will see behaviors that reflect the kinds of goals that you're seeking to achieve. Michelle already made reference to the fact that we designed the program so that it's role-based. In other words, there's a basic program, a basic course, followed by a manager level course, followed by a leader level course. What is really cool about this journey is not only was it developed in English, but it's also developed in French so that all of the members of the UBA community feel included. And that itself, by the way, is something UBA should be very proud of, and that is it has an inclusive orientation. And that's true of most organizations around the world. And Michelle's already made reference to the fact that we have learning elements that are totally geared to how adults construct knowledge and how adults internalize knowledge, and therefore how adults deliver the expected excellence in experiences for your bank clients. I've worked for many corporations around the world. My background is ridden with about 37 years of customer experience work. I was even a vendor as a technology platform provider because I co-founded a technology company, and I've worked with brands across the entire globe, and brands that had larger population of employees and certainly much bigger in terms of revenues. In fact, I should tell you that I am in the process, as I'm sharing my thoughts with you, of completing a program for a large German pharma company, a global pharma company. It's called Boehringer Ingelheim. And there's no reason for me to, in fact, disguise that brand because I have permission to share with the world that we are building a customized program for them, just like we have for UBA, except it's targeted to entirely the frontline sales professionals across the globe. I can only say to you that we are excited. This journey is just the beginning. We're hoping that this continues to be an ongoing engagement where we will certainly be there to provide support. We've already had some feedback from members of the Academy on a couple of things, and we have responded to that. So we will be around. We will continue to provide the support that I think would be essential for what I think is an absolutely incredible initiative. And the bank should be very, very proud. And Michelle, you and your team, and Gabriel, you and your team should certainly feel excellent about the fact that the day has arrived for this to be presented to the community of UBA. I must make the point that part of this journey involved working with the team, and many of you perhaps know Ifoza. I want to recognize her publicly because this was a journey that had lots of curves and lots of bumps, which is typically what happens when you want to do anything right. And Ifoza was quite insistent with the CX team's support from Michelle and Ubong that we should do it right the first time. And so we are delighted. We are very proud of having arrived at this juncture. And once again, on behalf of my team at CX University, we thank you and we wish you well.